Hello and welcome to this week's full run update. Starting on the bridge, we go across and head onto the freeway. And we almost immediately stop because there was a huge backup going to the airport. But it gives us a lot of time to look at what's going on. There's a truck coming out that wanted to be right where I was. But we got up on the freeway and puttered along for a couple of miles. Got in behind this box truck. So I didn't have a great view, but you can see that there is some work going on right here at the Long Shoals end. And it looks like they're either leaving or taking something right there with that one truck. I couldn't tell what that was, if it was a box or it was a tractor. But this excavator set down a scoop, like he was going to pick up another one. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening with that. So we get along a little bit. You can see there are some changes happening, but I'm not sure they're quite ready to do the final leveling and prep for paving yet, which is a bit sad, but it is what it is. Another truck coming out. Oh, there was. No, maybe he was just dropping off concrete. Anywho, can't really see a whole lot of what's going on down below, so at this point in time, it's just a lot of trucks coming back because they were dropping off concrete because they're paving, which is awesome. Everything is awesome. But not a lot to do for this first half mile. Pulled over some to try to see a little bit of what was happening, but not a lot to look at, I'm afraid. Oh, Those look like some trench supports just going out of the screen on the right. So either they are still putting in trenches and burying pipe, or they are just done putting in trenches and those are waiting to be picked up and taken to the next place. So as we come down the hill, we can see that 𝐥𝐤𝐤 excavator right there is digging up some of the old concrete. And then we get to see the paving prep. And on the far end of that, just before the corner, is the paving machine. Zzz. They've got 3 machines for it, I think. The leveler, the rebar placer maybe, and then the smoother behind, which was sitting a long way away. It was a bit odd to see that. Lots of vehicles there. You got a lot of important people running that machine. Oh, maybe that was it. Yeah, that was that was the concrete paver. Wow, they didn't move very far. They were putting down some more concrete today, on Tuesday. And the filter paper is down on the near side, so that will be getting paved fairly soon. I think they're going to let it sit for at least a week. They usually do that, maybe 2 weeks, as they rinse off the machine, fix it up, and get it ready to go the other way. But yes, big news for paving and getting there. And they did do what I expected them to do, in that they moved the off-ramp. So give it, what is it, 3/4 of a mile from Glenbridge Road? Maybe a mile. And we'll see the new off-ramp. To the north. So we're cruising along past the low spot that they put all those pipes into. And here we go. Goodness. And here we go up the hill. We have a couple of machines here, but they're basically sitting still waiting for the next step. I think those are shoulder paving equipment. And the new off-ramp that is further back so that they can tear out the old paving and repave all of this. And believe me, they were hustling on it. They got the paving grinder right there. He was going full tilt, and I mean absolutely wide open. It was amazing. We got a great shot of him on the way back. Excuse me. But now we get to take a look at the work they're doing over here. Finish up this work. We will know that that is almost done when they send the on-ramp all the way down here. Until they do, we are left with this. And this guy was hilarious. We came up to this turn, and he slowed way down, and I was like, fine, I'm just going to pass you. And then he sat behind me for the next 4 miles. It was silly, because he wasn't accelerating after he tried to pass me. Oh well. We have the paving around the sign island up here that has been completed. They probably put bags over it to protect it overnight or the next couple of nights. Um, it's right up here before the bridge, if I remember correctly. Those guys working, yeah, right there. And then the spot at the bridge, right up here, is fully completed, right there. So they have another sign island to put together, and then we're gonna probably see the post get put up. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be this week for the one just north of Cane Creek. Probably next week at the latest, maybe. I don't know. We'll just see how that comes out. But hustling down here, we pass all of the mostly finished stuff and get to Fletcher. Shortly after we pass into this bridge. They have big work going to get the paving all ready. But the other thing is that they're focusing on the bridge right now. They are, oh, 90% done or better with the deck. I had another crane up here. Looked like a wheeled crane this time. And it's putting a sign in. Not a lot to see of the bridge on this direction. But we kept cruising down. And honestly, I just sped up because there's not a lot to see for the next 2 minutes. Well, we get to the minute or so until we get to the way station. Way station, it appears that they have finished with the drilling. I wonder if they're going to extend the silence wall any further than what it is, because it kind of looked like they had just sloped off the end and said we're done. But I don't know if they're going to go any further or not. We do seem to have at least one or two more signposts, or yeah, sign poles up, and there was one of the castles. I'll have to point that out because it's on the right side and a little bit in shadow up here, but it's almost at Hendersonville. And they still got Most of a dozen. I'll have to look at the side view. Most of a dozen or so castles to get taken and dug in and poured. So, I don't know. I'll just have to look at the side view and count them. They had the tracked crane down here picking up silence wall pieces and placing them. I'd like to have the ability to stop and watch them do this because he's lifting quite a ways over. But all of the poles are in, and they might be waiting a few days to let the concrete set. That guy is still chiseling away. And if you, I'll see if I can put up a side view short of that because you can see the chisel pounding into the ground. And up here on the right, where is it? There's the excavator. Yeah, that's a castle and an excavator. They're going to be burying a sign foundation castle right there coming up the hill. So that's probably going to be an announcement that um, Hendersonville is a mile away or something. So I don't think there was anything really changed in the rock pile there. And I don't think that black rock asphalt, I guess, is changed at all. But we do have the um, shoulder. The shoulder is getting paved here, and they're finishing up to the bridge. So that will probably be the northbound. I don't remember which way that is. The northbound lanes are going to be moved over after they get the shoulder paved, I think. That might be a long maybe on that, but it would make sense so they can start ripping out all of the old asphalt on the other side. We'll see. There he goes, finally. He decided to pass me after I pulled over. Then we run the cloverleaf. I'm half tempted to do the full all 5 runarounds so that I can see everything that's changing, but unless someone says they really want to see that, I'm not going to. I'd probably make everyone sick. And back we go. Had a small problem getting on in that there were 2 vehicles trying to get on, get off as I was trying to get on, and I just had to thread a bit of a needle between them. There goes the one guy. The other guy slammed on his brakes and got in behind me. But we can see a little bit more of the work going on here. This work has got to be another 2 to 4 months out. So I don't see this side being finished completely before June. But The other side is almost complete, so they'll probably be tearing up this asphalt before March, or before the end of March at the latest. But lots of asphalt going down. I do hope that they get this to where it needs to be. Very soon, it will be interesting to see how they do that, because there were a lot of drainage grates there, and you're not going to send a heavy truck over a drainage grate. We'll see. And rather than turn the corner, I just shift it over. Same pile. Ooh, maybe it's gone down a little. Pile of rock there. And these guys were all going a little slow. Big open space. Getting all finished up. Maybe there's another castle going in there, where that bobcat was. And you can just see the excavator on the left with the castle, foundation castle thing there. And it does look like they're prepping this hill for final grade. Just getting that one piece of bedrock pulled out so that it's far enough back to be safe. And then they've got all of these holes to get the silence wall placed on them. And the bulldozer doing the final grading. Got a little bit of a bump there to take out. I still wonder what they're going to do at the end of these silence walls at the bridge. Are they going to fill the hole, or are they going to just leave them as is and call it good? I can see arguments both ways. The way stations are both getting their lights in, which tells me that they are pretty much fully complete. And they'll probably, well, I won't say that they'll probably open for business soon, but I imagine that they will open for business before the construction is complete. So sometime between June and August, June or July, the way stations will open. They got a lot of mini excavators out today. Coming up on Naples Road. That's what that is. Then right after Naples Road, we're going to go past the work for the bridge and go past the Fletcher exit. And I have not gone over the Fletcher Bridge to see what they are doing. I'd like to, but I just don't have an excuse to come down to Fletcher. I may have to make one. And We got that crane putting in a signpost on the other side. Honestly, it just looks like they're, well, that's a lot of trucks to be doing nothing. Oh, they're getting ready to pour concrete. Wow, they're already getting ready to do that. That's that's quick work. So they'll be connecting. Well, they'll go north, probably go to the uh, other side of Naples Road, I think is where it's ended. Anyhow, make that connection, and then they'll send us out on this. And that's going to be interesting to see how they make this connection, because there's only one lane poured, and they haven't put any shoulder down. I guess we'll see what happens when we get there. And nobody tried to run over anybody else. It was nice. I just shifted over and sped up so we can get past this spot. Done with all the neat right side views from Hendersonville to Fletcher. And honestly, there's not a whole lot left before this section is going to be fully completed. They might have a sign on the right side to bury and put a foundation in, but they're putting in these center ones, so I kind of doubt that we'll have anything on the side. We'll see. The guys had all the forms off up here, and we're just smoothing it to get it nice and pretty. Then we go past the rest areas, and that truck passed me back. It was funny. Anyhow, we go under. This is Fanning Bridge. I went across this several times while it was being built. I should put together a compilation of that one from the top. And we can see the digging and leveling and everything for the work over on the left. I wonder how quickly that will be done. Doesn't seem like they'd have the on-ramp come out right as people are getting ready to go off on the rest area. That could be dangerous. So we'll have to see what they do with that. And there you go. There's the grinder. Absolutely full blast. Lots of shorts to make off of this one. But there's a nice view coming just after Glenbridge Road Bridge. If you look off to the left, you can see all the way down to where they're um, about to finish up the paving. Honestly, they didn't move very far in the, what's it been, about 20 minutes? since we were coming back this way. There's a dump truck. I'm going to have to get a side view of that one up, because the dump truck was dumping in and the concrete was going into the space. It was pretty cool to see, and I want a better view of it. Go over the hill here, and we have an interesting question for the Parkway Bridge. But I'm not sure that I can even start answering it at this moment. The little rise to the Longsholes exit. I think that they're done with the work. Well, they still had some work going on there. Maybe they're putting on some of the guardrail, 𝐟𝐸𝐤. I don't know, but it's done today, and there was some other stuff going on the left side that had me a slight bit puzzled. I don't think I can see. Yeah, it doesn't look the same today. Something happened over the last 24 hours. I'm doing this recording on Tuesday. But they have the pumper truck sitting there, and it looked like they were pouring down under the bridge, so either there's a foundation under the bridge beams, or else they have a retaining wall getting poured. And then up here at the Parkway, I think that they placed another segment last night. I really do. But I'll have to fill in more later. Get up here and take a nice look down the hill on the right. It doesn't look like huge changes are happening, but I know that they're making some changes. And we get a quick glimpse. You really get a better view of that work over there on the side view, but it's just not a really comfortable thing to do. Oh well. Get a quick glimpse of the pit up here. I think they're starting to put stuff back in, but I'm not sure. Come around the bottom of the hill. We got the straight stretch with a little rise over it to get down to the French Broad. And they did have was the pouring happening yesterday? Was that Thursday? Yeah, it's done. It's curing, and now they're setting up on the other end to build the form, place the rebar, and then start prepping for the concrete going up the hill. And I gotta wonder if they won't do just like they're doing at Glen Bridge, where they'll bring the paver and other two machines up here, run all the way down to the other side of the French Broad, and then turn around and come back, just like they're doing at Glen Bridge right now. Because if they're doing it there, they can do it very easily here. But the crane is still in place, waiting on somebody needing it somewhere else, or just simply somebody needing it to move. And that's pretty much a full run. Because of what's happening at the Parkway, I got off the freeway at 191, and honestly, I kind of wanted an excuse to not have to go all the way down the hill because it's been done for a year now. So, nothing really exciting to tell you about that. And so I'm just going to get off at 191 and end the video. So, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Please do the comment, like, subscribe so that YouTube knows that I'm a good person to watch. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.